So today is our last sermon in talking about Christians being in an internet age, and we're talking about artificial intelligence. And favorite thing I saw was when Stephen Colbert was interviewing Ricky Gervais and asked him if he was worried about artificial intelligence taking over, and Gervais simply said he'd be happy if any intelligence took over. And so artificial intelligence is simply a program that's been fed a massive amount of data and then trained how to respond, how to predict what the best response is by programmers who are finally tweaking it over years and years and years. And once it finally becomes useful, and those predictions to a question can be helpful to the world, it's sort of released into the wild. And that's how we work. That's how we should work as a church, is that we should take in as much scripture as possible, take in as much teaching, as much Christian material as possible, and then learn how to respond to the world's questions with that. So we have a strong foundation, and then we go out into the world. And so in many ways, we're similar to these artificial intelligence engines. We're taking data in and then learning how to apply that to the world. And so the question is, should we engage with it? And I take the position that the Christian church should always be engaged with whatever the cutting edge of technology is, because the programmers are fine-tuning AI engines. And the question is, whose values, whose ethics are they using to teach it how to respond? And the church should be engaged in that conversation, so we can have influence over that. And it's the difference of worldly wisdom versus the wisdom from above. And how do we get involved in all of these conversations so that we can advocate for the wisdom from above, for gentleness, for mercy, for love, for grace, for peace? Critical values that we hold on to because we see that most fully in God revealing what God is like in the person of Jesus Christ. And so we should advocate for those values to be wrapped up in any technology. And then how do we as a church can use AI, because AI can summarize any book of the Bible. It can tell you where to find stories in the Bible. It can summarize any major theologian, can summarize their thinking in seconds. What a gift that is to us, to learn more, to take in more, to soak ourselves in Scripture, and let that guide our responses to everything in the world.